Ludhiana and Mahatatwa into Canva, and Canva is the hot star these days, and everybody is working on creating resources, creating infographics, presentations. So we are going to take you through a beautiful side of Canva, which I'm sure many of you have explored, but now I feel there are times when we are stuck and we say, what next? Ab humko ye aa gaya hai, ab hum aage kya kare? So we are just here together to learn from each other different ideas on what we can do with Canva. So to begin with, I'm going to start sharing my screen. Ma'am, can you allow me sharing rights?
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's like a wow when I look at the chat space from where people have joined in, and I know today was a working day for most of you. So, and I see some enthusiastic children also joining us from different places. So, as soon as I have this screen sharing, I'm going to share my screen, and in the meanwhile, okay.
You may do it now, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'll just stop sharing.
Sure. Just allow me a minute. There we go. All right, ma'am, if it's done, please give me a heads up so I can start.
We can see your screen, ma'am.
All right. So moving on, I'd like you to, so like Sneha ma'am said, with a beautiful picture that we have Sneha ma'am with us from Mahatatwa, who will be initiating and interacting. If you have any questions at any point, do drop in the chat space, and from time to time Sneha ma'am and I will be addressing those questions, concerns, anything that you may ask. I'd like you to grab a quick phone if you have a device with you, or type into the ID that's given to you. Please go ahead and scan this QR code. We're going to do a quick hands-on activity right there with our Canva code, with the Canva tool. So here, share once again. I'm sorry. So there we go. Yeah. We're good to go here.
How to scan the code?
Ma'am, with your phone, and I'm also sharing with you a quick link on your chat space as well. So you can either click on that if you're on a device, and if you have a mobile phone, please scan the QR code. You will be good to go there. So here in your chat space, I'm going to share this. Please click on the link that's shared in the chat space and you will land here. Onto this code. I can see people have started joining in. I'm going to, once you have the code access, I'm going to ask people to, so I've got 52 participants right now. I can see more people joining in. I can see some nice thumbs ups. People are still joining in. So we're going to wait another 30 seconds. 64 participants right now. We are more in number on the screen. So it'll be nice if all of you can join me right there.
Anjum.
Harpreet ma'am, could you please share the screen once again? Like,
Yes,
I think there are people still trying to scan.
I'll just do
Yeah.
that. So right here we have there. Is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Now it's visible.
All right. So once we are there, I can see people are still joining in. Either enter the wooclap.com and enter this code, the OXPHZOF, or you're going to click on the link I shared in the chat space, or you can scan the code that's given on your screen using your mobile phone. More participants are joining in. Another 10 seconds. We are going to move on with our first question. So once you're there, just wait for me to begin. You don't have any option to click right now. Okay, let's go. So our first question, it says, which teacher are you today? Which kind of educator are you today? Are you an energizer? Are you surviving teacher who's managing? Are you creative one? Are you the one with assessments? Are you the one just here for ideas? Quite possible. I'm short of ideas and I want it. I see the bar going higher and higher for creativity for the moment. Lovely. People are here to get some creative ideas. Super. Cool. I can see creativity going up with 70%. Energizer also. Okay. I've got 2% with surviving. Not bad. Okay. And 2%, which is one educator who is still on assessment mode. Fair enough. We are close to now, very soon heading towards our half-yearly exams, our periodic tests, the unit tests. So, and we've got just here for ideas. All right. So we are here with a maximum lot of about 69% of teachers who are here for creativity. And that's what you people are here for today. Okay, let's get our keypads on. One more question before I proceed. Think before you answer the next question. And based on this, without any of students that we have, would you be any of these classifications? Could you be an energizer or a surviving individual educator, a creative educator, or an assessment book focused educator, or somebody who needs ideas? It is all for our students, right? So keep that in head before we move on. Okay, we are going to build a beautiful word cloud with this quick activity which says, what is that one classroom challenge you face? Let's see. When you are in a classroom, offline, online, with the students, without devices, all right. So we've got less attention. So there is absolutely, with AI, with reels, with a lot of social media, we have got attention deficit. We've got student distractions. Oh, lovely. All right. You've got classroom management, timing, holding student attention. Lovely. Children. Okay. Some people say that's your biggest challenge. I love that. So we are like for the children, by the children, of the children. All right. Disinterest. Okay. Lack of interest. So majority says that. We've got teaching again. You've got dealing with students, multiple level. Absolutely. The heterogeneity. Oh, we've got time constraint. Yes, by the time you explain, you've got your deliver timelines to assign lessons. You've got classroom management. All right. And to see the focus, if you see, of our word cloud, we are still building on it, is attention, attention, and students. So I love the way students are the focus. Lack of gadgets, of course. Yes, not many schools have those. Keeping students engaged is another problem. I can see engagement coming up. Lovely. So what we can do is after the session, we can share this with you all and you can see what are the concerns or challenges other educators are also following. So with this, we are going to come back to our topic of the day, which is Canva. So we wanted to understand what we are dealing with on daily basis, right? So now we are on to Canva. Everybody right now is using Canva in some way or the other. And this is where Canva homepage screen opens up. When you are there, you have, I'm going to get into my deck real quick. Sneha ma'am, give me a minute. So here, we are going to take you through a quick 2-minute, 3-minute talk, and then we're going to dive in directly into practical use cases of Canva. So I'm just going to allow it to load. And there, the presentation. So we know we can make presentations in Canva. Simple, hit present, and you're good to go. So we looked at a little hands-on interactivity. So Canva for education. What is Canva for education? When we're talking about Canva, we have different versions of Canva, you can say, wherein we've got the free Canva account. Anybody can log into canva.com with any Gmail. You've got the Canva Pro, which is a paid account. I took it many years back. I would say the first time Canva was launched, I was like, awe of Canva. And that time I remember it was about 4,000, roughly 4,000 Indian rupees. I'm not sure. Post that, the same year I got qualified and selected as a Canva ambassador, so a Canvasador. And that's where we were boarded on to Canva for Educator account. So this is, if you're an educator, this is what you can vouch for. You have a right to do that, wherein this is what Canva gives you, with billions of designs available in more than 190 countries. You've got 100% free K-12 educators resources. You've got lots of students that you can create and add on to your classrooms in Canva. And there are all education-based tools and resources available, starting from simple posters to presentations to videos to anything you can think of, social media posts. You don't have to do anything. And now with the integration of AI, it is amazing. It's just making magic. And exactly that's what we will be also looking at. And you've got some integrations with the education accounts, with all of that. So you can, like I said, you can make comic strips, the SEL activities, student videos, lesson plans, parent communications, while you can make newsletters, student appreciations, you can make certificates. And most of the sessions that you attend, people are designing certificates that you receive as part of your CPD or post a session on this platform using Canva. Again, there are a lot of ideas for differentiated activities which are already there. There are group activities, there are whiteboard activities that you need collaboration. So we're all talking about the 21st century skills. So there is a lot. And the more you think and you say, can Canva do that? Yes. Just type it in your search and you will find that. So how to board onto Canva if you are not already there as Canva educator, or you don't have the Canva for Education account, is simply get onto canva.com and you have to just enter few of your details, which says your some IDs that they want, maybe your appointment letter, your teacher training certificate, or your school IDs that validate you are an educator in some organization. And it takes about 48 hours to skim through your application and verify it. Once it's done, you are boarded onto Canva for Education. And also, likewise, you can also onboard your school, your organization completely with your student database as well. And under you, they will also be having an access, a free access, absolutely. So your administrators can get that access. I'm sure ma'am is uploading and sharing the links through the chat space. So do click it. If you have any connections, any questions, please do ask us and address it to Mahatatva or me or Sneha ma'am right here. So that's how you get onto the... Yes.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Ma'am, like I have been using Canva, but I am not like I do we need to log into Canva for education separately, or we can do that like on the app that we Canva app that we already are using?
It's just the email ID that's linked. So once you go to canva.com, you have to log into Gmail or any ID that you're using, and you will be there once you're verified as an educator. Otherwise, you have the free Canva login. But Educator is as good as a pro account, wherein you get specific education tools in addition. And with the pro version, what I found the difference was only that pro version is a bit faster. You get access to it a little quicker than the
Ma'am, I mean,
regular education.
how do I navigate in between these two? Like, I have logged into like the free access. I have the free
I will
access to
just,
Canva
the
for now.
moment I share that window, I'll show you. I'll do that. I'll
Okay,
just show
ma'am.
you how to toggle between 2, 3 different accounts.
Right.
All
Ma'am,
right.
can
So,
you tell me how to log in as a student in Canva?
student, Bacha, you will have to ask your teacher, and she will give you the access to your email ID that you will have from the school, and you will be on Canva.
Also, I have a doubt that can we also use our personal IDs?
Personal IDs will only be used if your school allows that under their domain. Otherwise, you will have to use the school ID only if you want to access Canva for education.
Oh, thank you.
And any other questions you have regarding your registrations under Canva for Education, you've got pooja@mahatatva.in or Lavika. These are the email IDs given on screen. Take a screenshot and you're good to go. All right, so we're going to start right here with our dive in. So this is your homepage, as I was telling you. So regularcanva.com. And right here is your screen. You have your first page, all your recent history that you have worked ever on Canva is all on your first page. We are going to look at the bottom left, where ma'am was just asking us how to check the difference between the two accounts. I have one educator account and one a regular account. How will I know? So it's the bottom left. You click on this and it will show you your ID right here. This is where if you have multiple accounts, you can toggle between these. You can add another account. Let's say I have a personal ID. I can add that, and I can just select that specific account and you will see the checkbox appearing on that, and you will know that now you're on your personal account or your regular account. That's one. How would you know you are on Canva for Education? Right on the homepage, you see the Learn Grid. This one is only available for Canva for Education account. So if you see that, you are sure that you are on that account. Again, when you go to this left panel and you have Classroom, if you have that, it is totally concerning educators. So if you see that again, it is for Canva for Education account. So these are the two places you can look at when you're looking at your Canva for Education account.
Ma'am, I have a query again. Like
Yes.
I have been using my iCloud account. So now when I'm
Okay.
trying to toggle between two accounts, but how do I register myself for the teachers? I mean the training teachers
The
Canva
teacher's
account.
account, ma'am, you will have to log in. Sneha, ma'am, can you share that link with the educators on chat space, where you can just directly go on to the teacher's account? Here,
I've
if
shared
I...
it. I've shared it in the chat.
Okay,
I'll share
ma'am,
it back
it's
to you.
already there. If you click on it,
All
it'll
right,
take
ma'am.
you to Canva for Education, and you will have to fill in your general details, your name, your school, organization, and upload a proof that you're an educator. It will be accepted only after verification, which I said would take about 48 hours roughly. And if you are there, it will automatically be changed. And if you see these two additions, you will be onboarded in that.
And ma'am, this account you said is as good as a pro account, right? Canva
Yes.
Pro. So we'll
Yes.
have access to like much more tools if we have an
Yes.
educator's account.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am.
You're welcome. All right. Now moving on to our two topics that we have today. We have specifically Canva AI, and under the umbrella of Canva AI. So when you go onto your left panel, you have these three dots which say more, and on that you have Canva AI. So this is where we are going to work today on. So right here, the moment you click on this, you've got the left side, which is any chats you've done under this AI. It is here. So I've created an infographic, not specifically for any specific tool right here, but generally AI. This will be what it is giving you. You have three dots again. You can delete it from here, or you can edit the name. right here. These are the options. You've got folders also that I've created, I've worked on. So this is what it gives you all here. Now, under this portion, you see, you have got your interface which says create student activities. We are going to talk about it. You can also, with AI, create beautiful designs. You can generate images. You can even have docs, and you can, using Magic Write, generate your, that's again AI feature. So you can use a Magic Write wherever you see this little pencil, a star. These are all wonderful AI tools. So this is a doc, and you can use it as collaboration. You can use it to create your lesson plans, your ideas for newsletters. Then you have got Canva code, which we will be generating today, and video clips that can be generated right here. So today we are going to specifically highlight on two things. One is code, the Canva code, which everybody is talking about whenever we talk about making our classrooms interactive, fun, gamified. Coding comes into your mind, and at that point we are quite frozen. I don't know how to code, and believe you me, I don't know either. So the coding is where the whole magic happens. So here there are possibilities where you can add something. If you have something already in your mind, you've got a design, you've got a document, you just upload it simply. You can add from Canva. If you've got something already here, you can add from Canva any design that you have, which has to have a base of coding. Or you can upload a brand. So if you've created a brand kit, you can connect your apps from here. You can import things. And you have got these AI quality premium resources, if you have any. I don't have any right now. So I am going to simply take some preset prompts I have generated to save time. So for example, everybody's talking about SDG goals. So right here, stay till the end, and we're going to share a doc with you. And that document will have some, or in fact, you know what, I can share it right away. I will share a doc link with you, with it has got these prompts. So as we are going through it, we can just simply, we can simply copy paste them and try it hands-on while we are doing it. And you can just change the topics, the class that concerns you, and you are good to go. So right here, this is a Google Doc. It has got some Canva code.
Excuse me, ma'am. Sorry for the disturbance. Actually, I'm Mr. John Bunny this side. I'm calling from GEG Public School, Pune. Ma'am, when I'm registering myself in the Canva Education, so it is asking to put the PIN code and choose the school. But when I'm putting the PIN code, my school name is not listed in the code.
Sir, your voice is not very clear. I would request you to please type out your query in the chat box.
When I'm registering myself in the Canva Education, I asked to put the PIN code and choose the school name from the drop-down list. But in my school is not listed in the code.
Sir, like I said, your voice is not very clear.
Okay.
I would request you to put in your query in the chat box. Thank you. Harpreet ma'am, you're on mute, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. May I ask one question?
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
Yeah. Ma'am, is this Canva required any settings?
No.
Is it
Just
safe
your
to
email.
use? Because we are putting our
Absolutely.
information over here. So how it is different from ChatGPT?
Ma'am, that's a total AI open web space. This is totally educator based, where you can generate resources. For example, you can use regular features of Canva by creating your classroom, integrating your LMS if you're on Canvas, or you can do it through Google Workspace, wherein you can log in with your Google Classroom and integrate all of that within your school setup. And that is done through your administrator, the school administrator, wherein there are no certain settings which are to be set, but it will be just enclosed within your workspace and integrated into your system.
So
Yeah,
if we are
ma'am.
putting some images over here, so will it be safe?
It is safe. Normally, we recommend not to put some images of students or anybody, but when we are creating the videos, it is all integrated and safe for use for school. Sneha, ma'am, do you want to add anything?
Thank you.
Ma'am, I think you were quite, your explanation covers it all, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So we are creating a flashcard. If you access the document, by now you will see it's an SDG flashcard game for my students. It should be yellow and green is my requirement. You can change the color. You can add 17 SDGs altogether. You can specify the classroom. Now, many people these days over different platforms are talking about your prompt. When you give a prompt, these instructions should have what is it? So assign a role that you are a grade 10th science or biology teacher or a principal. So whatever you're writing, please specify the role to AI. Then you write which grade or which audience are you catering to. Is it for the parents, for students, which class, what year? Specify what kind of questions do you want. Specify what is the timeline for your lesson. Is it a 50-minute lesson or you're planning a 3-week lesson plan that you're asking it to create these resources for? Or is it just an assessment tool that you're doing? So I said it should be, the appearance should be yellow and green. Have one clear question shown at a time, so not all of them come together on a screen. Include a flip animation wherein I want, when I click on the flashcard, it should flip the answer on the backside, not right there. Score tracking should be there. And there should be a celebration style, for example, like a confetti when the answer is correct. I will not do anything much, simple English, and I will, it'll generate a little code for me. So this takes a bit of time when you see, so one has to be patient. I will show you 2 or 3 that how we create it. You see, it starts coding for us. I have absolute zero knowledge of coding and Canva will do my magic. Just for the time's sake, I have already created one exactly same. So let's click on that. On your left panel is whatever you had ever created. So I can simply click on that, but my current one is still working. This is what is still working on in the background. So I can always go back to it. ऐसा नहीं है मैंने वो छोड़ा और मैंने कहीं और क्लिक किया तो वो खत्म हो गया. So it will still be there. Just allow me a minute, ma'am. Sorry. So here I've got this version 1 that it says, and suddenly the moment I click on the version, my screen splits and this is what appeared. I had given specifically colors to it. So I said yellow and green. This is what it created. When I click on it, how many sustainable development goals are there? I want my students, maybe it's just a classroom check. मैं पढ़ा रही हूँ बच्चों को और I want to just have a quick quiz. 2 minutes लगा मुझे quick prompt डालने में. And there, the moment I click on hit, it says 17 goals adopted by all UN member states in 2015 as a part of 2030 agenda. If I get it, मैं quiz खेल रही हूँ बच्चों के साथ for their motivation, for the revision, so I can move on to the next lesson. So it's a recap. So I just say got it, looked at that confetti. So that is what it was. And it moved automatically to my second card. And here it said card 2 of 10. मैंने कुछ नहीं बताया था Canva को. Same prompt. There is no different prompt. It is the exact same prompt we just put. And there was nothing different. I didn't ask it to create the sequence. I didn't ask it to create this bar. I did not. I just asked it to create the scores. So if I create this, it says no poverty. If I missed it, it will click on missed it, but the card will still move to the third card, which is the third question, and my score will be 1 out of 2. So that's how my code works. Now I want to publish this. This is how it works. It automatically gives me this. I want to edit the URL. No, it is live. I click on publish. It is preparing a website or a web page rather for me. Right here, just 30 seconds, and my code is published. I can view this as a website. So right here, if you see, Okay. I can view it. It's just opening. And it opens in itself as a separate SDG web page. Now I go back to my code right here. I'll close this. I go back to my page. I can click on this toggle button right here and I can see the code. Beautiful. मुझे इसमें कुछ भी समझ नहीं आता. I don't understand coding. So I am going to simply go copy code. Now I want to embed it. Why do you copy a code or why do you need a code? Is because you want to integrate it into some website, some web page that you have. अब हम लोग हमारे स्कूल में we work on Google Classroom. So I'm going to go to a classroom right here. If you see, I have a classroom. I can see any. Now, in the meanwhile, while it's opening my classroom, I'm going to open sites. Sites.google.com. So here, for example, I am always working on sites in my school because we are a Google Workspace for Education organization. Let's say I work on Google Sites. This is a site I have created for my class. Abhi maine wo game banaya tha. Now that game here, it says these are some of the pages I have. Now student showcase. Let's say randomly this is assignment that I have given to my students. There is showcase, there's calendar. There's nothing here. I'm going to click. Here on the left side is your embed. I click on that. It asks me, do I want to embed by URL or embed a code? Remember we copied the code. So I just hit Control V, it pastes it and I hit next. And my entire SDG game that I created, the flashcard, will be inserted right here into my website I have created. I can give it space, I can create and resize it. So here you go. If you look at it, it's an active working web page that has been integrated. I can hit the preview and if you see with my page and my SDG game, it is clickable. It has the answers. It has everything I say. It has the scoring exactly the way it worked in Canva. So that is how you integrate it with your LMS. You can even assign it and you integrate it, the code, embedding it into something else that you'd like. So that was
Excuse
one.
me, ma'am.
Yes.
If it is, we don't have Google like Gmail for our students. We have Teams. Then how do we give the students this to do this on Teams?
Team is also an integration of Canva. So once you onboard your school, your students automatically with Teams will be onboarded onto Canva and they'll use the same ID that they have for the school that they're using. Although you don't need, when you're sharing this, you don't need to have a Canva account also. That's another beautiful feature. If you look at this code, I'm going to close this.
Ma'am, can we also integrate this with Padlet?
I haven't tried. I think you can embed the link into Padlet.
And what about if there's already, like, I'm working on a Canva only, I mean, my presentation is there, and what if I want to embed this quiz as a part of my presentation, which is already in Canva?
Here, ma'am, you will use the design. I was coming to that. Next to publish it, use it in a design.
Yeah,
so
okay,
here you have a presentation. You can simply hit presentation and it'll open as a presentation. You can take this presentation slide to the integrated presentation that you already have. You're using it. You can blend that in, or you can just import this particular page there and it'll work exactly the same way as it worked in a regular one. Here at this point, if I want to add instructions to it, for example, onto this, I want my students to revise the Canva. I'm going to put a text box and use magic, right? I can ask Canva to say, Provide.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes,
Ma'am, can I do it on my laptop?
you can.
Okay, ma'am.
So we have provide and generate all the SDG goals and its names for grade 5 as revision task in notes format. So here I am using the magic right and I hit enter. So I want my students to take the quiz only after reviewing this. So you see it has generated all these 17 of them. I can insert this directly if I like them. I say more like this. I think Canva has got a hang of what I want, but I want a different pattern. I can do that. Or I can say this, but I am only choosing the first 10. So remove the last 7. I can do that. Or I can just hit simply insert and it is right there. So I can take this design to my students from here. Once they're done with this, they read it, they go to their SDG goal quiz. Here at this point, I can share it with my students, or if I'm collaborating with an educator, I can add the email address of that educator. For example, here I'll send it to my other account and I can give Harpreet.14 as an edit right for an editor and I can share. At this point, if you see, I can also download it as anything. I can see all. I can share it right now. Here is also an embed code I can get for this entire presentation now that it is. I can generate a public view link which can be shared with anybody. That can also be possible. So all this is possible through this more options. Once you're going down, if you see, these are your more options. Here is where you have the Google Classroom, you've got Teams, you've got other third-party integrations and your other LMS integrations that you want to collaborate your Canva tool with. So all this is created through code and this is how you can integrate. So this is how you can assign. Here, click on this assign. Now it says assign via link. So this link can be assigned. If you have students already in Canva, you can create this. If you have students in Google Classroom, it's right here. And here is where, ma'am, you were asking for Microsoft Teams. You can even assign them in Microsoft Teams. For example, my education system is Google Classroom. I click on this. I hit continue. It will take me to the pop-up wherein it will ask me which classroom do I want to assign my students. So it will ask me to connect. So when you're doing it through Teams, you will be asked to click on few options and integrate Canva with Teams and you will be good to go. So that's how simple the integration is. So I hope you know it's quite clear as to what all can be done using the Canva once you create the code. Now I'm going to quickly take you through few examples so we know what all can be created. So again, I go to my 3 dots, Canva AI. So the first one was longer because we wanted to see what all could be done. So I'm going to hit my code, go back to my prompt window. Now I'm going to create a beautiful timer. So I have a nice timer. I don't want to look. I don't have time. Normally, हम लोग पहले YouTube पे ढूंढते थे एक वीडियो जिसमें 5 मिनट 10 मिनट का timer है. You give a task. It's just a fun way to interact with your class. So here it says create a timer for my grade 5 students. Include colors red, blue, white. Make it feel like cartoon. Have a confetti rain dawn at the timer's end. Add a 10-second option. अगर वो खत्म हो जाता है तो 10 second और. So on a count of 10. And then I'm adding that extra black to this 10-second option. Include a countdown feature at the end. So here I'm going to hit enter and there my countdown will appear. So as it is making the code, let's look at a very interesting one. अभी क्या होता है कभी कभी हम लोग डाल देते हैं code and we are not happy with our result. उस case में what we do is we keep talking to your chat. It is called chain prompting. नहीं, मुझे colors अच्छे नहीं लग रहे. I thought yellow and green would look like nice, but मुझे अब अच्छा नहीं लग रहा. Maybe अभी Independence Day आ रहा है, तो I wanted to try color. Yes.
इसलिए क्या से मेगा केटिक timer for my grade 5 students.
So there, you see the timer is right here. It has 10 seconds, it has 1 minute, it has 2 minutes, and it has 5 minutes. So these are the different time slots. The moment I start, my timer will go. And I can reset it, I can pause it. Similarly, when I created it the last time, if you look at it, I will show you my timer in the last version that I created. I gave it a different color here, a cartoon timer. So if you look at this was the version it gave. It came out different. So you see, each time you can create according to what you want. A simple crash timer, I can give it a start. The moment it starts, देखिए timer start हो गया है. कभी-कभी ऐसा भी होता है कि हमारे buttons don't work at one go. So you can ask here in the chat space, give it, yes.
ये कहाँ से होगा? Canva AI, Pin Shop, Apps, Control Panel, Design School, Dream Lab. वैसे मैम कौन से में क्लिक करना है?
Canva code.
मैम इसमें Canva कोड नहीं, मैं Canva AI है.
हाँ, AI में जाएंगे आप जब,
इसमें
उसके बाद सामने वाला विंडो पे Canva कोड आएगा, just code. So here, so I can, sorry, so here these are my options. अभी मैं इस पे start हो गया, मैं इसको किसी भी टाइम पे pause कर सकती हूँ. So my timer has paused. I can reset it back. I can just give it a 10-second timer, and there it goes, my countdown. और जैसे ही वो होगा countdown, so my confetti happens. So this is just a very interesting one. Then again, एक बहुत अच्छा drag and drop का game I had created with my students. Very interesting. You can change it to abiotic and biotic for your biology. So it worked beautiful. So here, if I choose my code, I simply say create an interactive categorization game where my students drag and drop items in the correct bucket. Start with an example science game sorting animals into mammals, reptiles, amphibians. जैसे मैंने बोला इसमें biotic, abiotic you can use for higher grades with immediate feedback and progress tracking. Allow a follow-up task. Ask me about specific items to categorize, category names, difficulty level, theme preference, and feedback style should be correct or incorrect answers. That will be it. So now if I look at my categorization game that I created here, that is working in the background. इसका final result जो आया था मेरे पास, ये मैंने उनको दिया. It gave me the first time, it gave me this version. तो जब भी आप Canva code पे whatever you do, it will give you a version. The first, if you are happy with this, okay. Otherwise you talk to your AI and say नहीं मुझे ऐसा नहीं चाहिए. So here if you see, this was my first version. Progress bar था 0 to 12. The 12 questions जैसे जैसे होता जाएगा, we will be dragging and dropping. अभी ये बहुत ऊपर नीचे जा रहा था, so I had to go back and forth. यही मेरे बच्चे भी करेंगे. So I also wrote in the second time, make the 3 levels of difficulty with 10 animals in each level. इसने सिर्फ 10 animals दिया. I wanted 10 in each. तो अभी मेरा 10 animals के साथ 3, 3, 4 और 2, 4, 4 ऐसा करके it will finish very fast. I don't want that. I want that game to run for at least a couple of minutes. So I said, give me 10 animals. The second version that it gave me was version 2. If you see on the left, I click on that. This was my improved version. So I asked it to give the difficulty level, easy, medium, and hard. The instructions are there. The nice title is nicely labeled. There are 10 animals in the first one. And here, if you see mammals, reptiles, amphibians, I just have to drag here. The toad comes here. The lizard is a reptile, drag and drop. The cow is a mammal, drag and drop. Elephant is a mammal, drag and drop. You see, that's how it works. अभी मैंने बोला कि मेरा जो categories है, there should be at the top, and the options in the small tabs as word should be for students as drag and drop. So these options should go at the bottom. मुझे नहीं अच्छा लग रहा था categories का, so is the third version that I gave, and that is what it landed me onto, my third version, which was the categories on the top. मेरे words छोटे हो गए, and the visibility was very clear. So I said dog goes in mammal, turtle goes in amphibian. No, it is a reptile. Cow, अगर आप गलत आंसर करेंगे, मैं बोलती हूँ cow is an amphibian, it will not go. जैसे हमारे regular quizzes होते हैं. Lizard is a reptile, snake is a reptile. It'll keep creating the space and you are good to go until you finish. And then you've got reptile, you've got frog, you've got cow, and you've got cat. और जैसे मेरा होता है, it said congratulations, you solved it all the animals correctly and you're ready for level 2. So that's how now you have got slightly different set of animals, if you see, or for different categories वही है. So it's just a practice for me. So you see, what I'm telling you is, there is no limit to what you want at what point. ऐसा नहीं है first option ले लिया तो उसी में ही हमको अपना game करना है. So I think we are good to go with this. Last one I thought was very interesting. This was something I did not give to my students, but I created for fun for myself. This was again very interesting. So let's look at this. I'm going to go back to my code, copy paste. This is design an interactive shopping list builder for barbecue paneer that I want to create. Let's say I have got a recipe from internet, from anywhere, and I want that to adjust the ingredients to the quantity based on my portion size. जैसे जैसे मैं अपना portion size बढ़ाऊंगी, उसकी quantity automatically बढ़ जाए. कभी होता है ना, guests आ रहे हैं and we want to create it for the guests. So that is what it creates. So it will create our food, and here it says my barbecue. So I tried with the chicken. So that one was with the paneer. So it's still coming. So this was my first version that came, and I was pretty happy with it. It said barbecue shopping list. These are the ingredients. मैं यहाँ पे ingredients, if you look at it, it's in pounds. So you've got the pieces, the olive oil, you've got the sauce, you've got different types of masalas added to it, your condiments, you've got some extras, what you need along with it. There it is. And there it says the quantity. The moment I increase the serving, it increases. I click on 6 people or 8 people and I say 8 servings, this becomes 4 pounds. If I make it to 2 people, it becomes 1 pound. So that is what it creates. So you see, and you can publish it. This was just for fun. I created for myself. So with this, I think we are at the pause of Canva code before we proceed to Canva activities, magic activities as we call it, or student activities. We can quickly take a pause. Any questions for Canva code, Sneha ma'am, do you have for me? Or we can just continue.
Ma'am, I have answered the questions that were there in the chat box. If there are any other questions, ma'am, we do have some raised hands. So I'll just allow the participants to unmute themselves and talk. Ms.
Sure.
Ahilandeshwari, do you have a question, ma'am? Ms. Ahilandeshwari Shetty? Okay. Ms. Saba, do you have a question?
Yeah, actually, I think you answered that. Just wanted to know, like, if in case I'm doing this like as in like online activity, okay. So how do I share it with multiple learners if I don't want to embed it? Like, I mean, I do not have a website or any other place, but I just want it to be like an in-class activity. Probably I want them to do it individually on their own screens. So how do I do that, ma'am? The one
Ma'am,
which you showed, the sorting activity, Harpreet ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, I'll just show you that right there. So, I'm going to just share my complete screen so you'll see a lot of shufflings happening. So right here, yeah, we were there. So here. So we just said sorting activities, what you were talking about, right?
Yes, and I mean, I have a group of learners, let's say 5 or 6 learners in my
Yeah.
class, and I want them to do it on their own screens.
Right. So here, once you use in a design, you can either publish it. There's
Okay.
one way to publish it. And like I said, it'll automatically give you a path and you
Mm-hmm.
publish it.
Mm.
That link that is generated can be shared with them either through their classroom or here. This link you can copy here
Okay.
and you can just share it with anyone. For example, I am right now sharing with you on the Meet. So anybody can give it a try. So that'll end up as this kind of a link to them. So you can see how they will see something like that. Or you can create a web page, use it in a design. That could be another option, which I showed you in the beginning when we created the first sample. Once you use it in a design, that can be shared with the students. So here, this is a web page that
Oh,
can be
okay.
shared the link. This is how it will appear. Now, another one is when you're clicking on use in a design. So you can choose how you want to use it as a whiteboard or a presentation. I'll choose as a presentation. Once it appears, you can adjust the size and everything and you're good to go. You can name it the way you want. And on the top right, you will see the option that says, it's coming, share. So right here. So this is where you can share it, share with them, copy link.
Hmm.
They can get that access, or you can assign them if you have an LMS that you're working on, like I did for Google Classroom. So
Okay.
those are the ways you can share. I hope that
All
answers.
right. Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Even the link that you shared, I think it's working for me individually also. That means any learner, if I share, they can work on it on their own,
Yes.
self-paced.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. All right, we are going to go to Canva here. I'm going to close this. All right, so now we are going to explore the second highlight of the day, which is again in the 3 dots in Canva AI.
Sorry, I'm Nidhi and I had a problem with Canva code.
Ma'am, can you specify the problem?
Yeah, actually, I generated an activity using Canva code. If you can allow, I can share my screen for a minute. If you can just allow me, because I won't be able to tell you what exactly I'm facing.
Yeah, ma'am, do we have the sharing rights for all?
No, ma'am. I'll just allow it.
I'll just take a minute. I'm
Sure,
so sorry, but I'll just
no,
take
not at all.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Nidhi, ma'am, you can share your screen now.
Yes, Parul, ma'am, you can say while Nidhi ma'am is sharing.
Ma'am, only one question I want to ask. I had created with you a game for my classroom. Can I add pictures with voice also in this games?
You mean the sound?
Sound also and with emojis?
You can.
Okay, ma'am, can you guide us from where I can use it? Because I
Ma'am,
am
you'll
giving
have
the
to,
instructions,
yeah.
but voice is not coming in that games.
Ma'am, you'll have to upload an audio that you want to be integrated. So you'll have to find the audio and then link that audio in your prompt space. वहाँ पे जो plus sign होता है आपको उसमें add करना पड़ेगा that audio upload, and then it'll you'll have to specify what do you want to link it with, which button or picture you want to link it with, and it'll link.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I will try.
Sure.
Is my
Anjali
screen
Di.
visible? Is
Yes,
my
ma'am.
screen visible?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
So I created my this learning part for my maths graders. So when I'm going to Canva code, how come I'm getting this screen and I'm not getting the version part? Even if I, I am totally clueless on this. How to do? What is the problem here? I'm going to Canva code, and the problem is even I get to go code from here. It is showing me code after a repeated thing, and when if it is working, so I embedded a a link for my Google Drive folder, which is my personal Google Drive and not the school official. And I've uh, given the rights to anyone with the link can view. But as soon as I click this access class notes, it is not taking me to that place. It is saying drive google.com is blocked, and I'm not getting those codes, and I'm not getting anything in my version. I'm not getting any prompts. Where are the versions? I don't know where am I lacking here.
Ma'am, can you stay back after the session
Yeah,
and we can just...
I'll do that. But you got to know my problem.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, because I was really stuck up here. So I'll just stop sharing and you can continue.
Yeah.
So I'll be in touch with you after this session.
Sure.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna share. Just allow me 1 more minute. There you go. Okay. So now we are on to our second part, which we looked at in AI. And that is, we looked at the code. Now we're going to look at creating student activities. Many places still would have magic activities. Some of them would say student activities. They are one and the same thing. So this is a beautiful integration from Canva. This also can be done if you have a Canva education account. On the classroom also, you can create activities from the classroom. If you click on this, you will have the classroom option also, where you can create these activities that have been created so far and shared with the students. Or you can go to your home page. You've got these 3 dots. You go magic activities or student activities, and you land up onto this space. So here, once I create this option, my pop-up window again opens. I'm going to quickly copy paste the code I want right here. Okay. So I have this. You are an experienced primary English teacher who creates engaging literacy activities for grade 3 students with mixed abilities. So I have got the lower learners, the higher ability learners, or the medium ability or mixed ability learners right there. Create an interactive vocabulary activity on synonyms, antonyms using the picture clues, matching cards, and sentence completion. Make it fun, colorful, engaging. So I set the tone. What we've always been talking about is the prompt. The better your prompt, the better the output will be. So I've specified who are you, what is the audience, what do I want my objective, how do I want it fun, friendly, engaging, encouraging, colorful, and what is my output that I want. I'm looking at a warm-up activity which should have 10 questions which are matching, 5 fill in the blanks, a challenging question, and an exit ticket. Now here at this point, you can also specify these in this section. I can say grade 3 instead of mentioning it here. I can put up a subject that I am in the English language, and what is the learning purpose. Here our purpose was to evaluate, right? I can also use it to analyze. I can use something to apply my knowledge, understand, or create. So it has beautifully integrated itself into the NEP. You can specify the board also you belong to. Or you can simply just create a regular update onto yours and hit submit. The moment you hit submit, this is where beautiful engaging activities would start popping up. You have multiple options. It will give you what do you want. So first thing first, please check your objective. Is it matching to what your expectation of the objective is. After the prompt, this is what Canva has analyzed for us. Students will be able to identify, match and use synonyms, antonyms in sentences by analyzing picture clues, matching word cards and completing sentence activities. This is exactly what I wanted. And they should demonstrate their understanding through interactive and cooperative tasks. So I need collaboration here. Now there are 3 activities generally Canva suggests. You can choose all 3 or you can just choose one. So I want the picture matching and I want synonym and antonym sorting challenge. For the moment, I don't want the comprehension. So I will just not select this and hit generate. Now is my final task, my final step where my generation has started happening. While this is still generating, you see the bar is progressing. I have something that I already created. The prompt is given in the sheet I had shared with you already. So have a look at that. Muhavre is something very interesting we look at. So I had asked, if you look at the prompt right here, I will share that on my screen. It says, you are a Hindi language teacher for grade 5 students. Create an interactive activity where students match muhavre with their meanings and use them correctly in sentences. Simple and engaging, including matching, sentence completion, multiple choice, and creative writing challenge. So I want all of this to be included. So if you see, there are 2 activities on the left. So it has suggested me on a whiteboard, Muhavra matchup. So here are the instructions also that are beautifully given to me. So I can always enlarge and see. It says become an idiom detective, look at each grammar. So you can even ask it to translate it for you at this point and ask it to generate it completely into your Hindi version, because muhavras and the activity has to be in Hindi. So the idioms, you can choose any other language also. So you can have a related image. It has given you a template. And there it is. So man mein laddu phootna, naak katna, din raat ek karna, pasina bahana, all of that. And the explanation is right here. So you can ask it to translate also right here with whatever you want the language to be in. So that is how it works. You have these tools. The moment you click on anything that can be edited, it will give you. This is something you can change the colors with. So here, once this is done, you can share it with anyone. You can download it as a PDF worksheet. You can share it as a learning session right there. You can give it a public link. This is for brainstorming ideas, what you can do. Now I have with this, if you look at it, another task that I asked it to create. We'll go back to our synonyms and antonyms activity first, जो हमने create किया था and we were waiting for it. So you see, this time it has not created a whiteboard, but a doc, a Canva doc. So here in this activity, it's given me a beautiful header. It has given me a subheading. It has given me instructions. These are the definition of synonym, antonym, some vocabulary that I need for my grade 3s. There are sentences that I need to fill in the blank with. This is think about activity that it has asked me. The answer key is also given for me. I can simply magic switch it and translate this entire document. Let's say it is in the language I want, and I can create it into, let's say, I don't know how many people are from Punjab. That was an easy find. I want the current page or I want the entire document. This is one single page right now. It says translate existing design without creating a copy. No, I want the original document to stay in English, and I say translate. And it will take, just depending on the length of your document, it will take that much time. And there I can open the doc. And there my synonym, I hope, keeping fingers crossed, because at the end of it, it is AI. It has beautifully translated from the top along with my header to the instructions, to the fill in the blanks, chota, tez, thanda, khush, very similar to Hindi. The sentences are there. So the exact same worksheet translated into my language. So that's how beautiful it is. Again, there was another activity that it had created, was for sorting challenge. I'm going to go back to my main activity, and it says sorting challenge. It is opening it. So the idea is, I'm going to close this. The idea is to show you that magic activities also are totally integrated into your regular NEP. One timeline on industrial revolution. So look at that. Again, this timeline prompt is given right here. You are a history teacher specializing in inquiry-based learning for grade 8. Create an interactive timeline activity on industrial revolution with shuffled event cards, image prompt, cause and effect analysis. Student friendly is the tone I'm setting, and thought provoking, and include 10 timeline events, matching activity, 3 higher order thinking skills. So I've included the HOTS in it. So look at that. So it has created the chain, cause and effect event chain. It has given interactive timeline, and it has given me the infographic. So I can look at that. I could be studied on. The instructions are here. This is a card sort that I had. Let's go back. So this is how you can access the interactive activities. The more you imagine, the better you create. My internet has started giving a the. So that is the beauty of your magic activities, or student activities as it is commonly called now on Canva. So both are same. If you don't find either of them, do get in touch with us. However, it should all be there. So that's how it is. I think we are pretty much clear with this. So I'm going to hand over to Sneha ma'am to further take us to the last bit of it. We're not going to hold you for long. So there
Yes,
it is.
thank you so much. Yeah.
And while
All
Sneha
right.
ma'am is sharing, we are doing a lot of will be recorded and uploaded onto the YouTube channel. So you can always, I know the flow was very fast. So we will be adding the document link and the recording as well as soon as that's processed. So you can go back to it and do it slowly and give it a hands-on to it. I'm going to share, while Sneha ma'am is doing it, the link to the YouTube channel that I have for previous lessons or past lessons of.
Great. So thank you so much, Harpreet ma'am. That was like a crash course in understanding all the amazing AI features that Canva has, and I'm sure all of us have actually benefited a lot from it. I personally have learned quite a bit from your session, ma'am. So I would like to thank you for that. Uh, I am just here to talk to you about the Summer Innovation Challenge. Since we have gathered so many inputs and so many insights from today's session with respect to how we can use Canva code to create interactives, I want you to use that understanding to try out something interesting here, that is in this Summer Innovation Challenge that is happening. So a lot of you have already registered, as I can see. You are put in the chat box as well. A lot of you have not. So I would request you to go ahead and register yourself. You can register your students as well, but a teacher has to do it. A teacher has to register the students, and a teacher can register herself as well. So like it is very clear in the links that I've shared, um, you have to pick up a challenge and you have to share your classroom solution. And to do that, you have to use Canva code, or you'll have to use Canva magic activities, both of which have been very well discussed in today's session. And I know all of us have a lot of insights on that. For students, they are not looking at classroom challenges per se, but they will be looking at challenges which they see in the world around them, and they'll be looking at solutions for that, and they'll be presenting that solutions via Canva, with the help of Canva. So teachers, you will be able to guide them, since you've had a download of how to do this yourself. So I'm sure you will be going, you are going to go up, and later on you are going to try these things out yourself. So thank you so much for being a part of this. Now, without further ado, let me just share the feedback link for today's session. You can scan this to um, uh, fill in the feedback form. I've also put in the link here in the chat box, so that in case you're not able to scan, you can go ahead and use this link to fill in the feedback form to ensure that you receive your attendance certificate for this amazing session that you have had today. So with this, we come to an end of this session. I'll just share the link once again so that it's there and you are able to open it and you're able to fill it in, and you're able to receive your certificates as well. Thank you so much. So in case you have any doubts, or in case you want to, you have any problems with respect to the challenge or with respect to anything that we have discussed, you can write to us. So I have the email IDs of my colleagues here. Let me just uh, display that as well. So in case you have a problem signing up, or in case you have a problem registering yourself and you need any help in that respect, you can write to my lovely colleagues whose email IDs I have flashed here on the screen right now. Please take a screenshot, and you can later on write to them as well with your queries. So yeah, that's it. We come to an end. I have shared the feedback form as well. Please fill that in. Thank you so much. So in case you have any questions, in case you want to ask something, this would be the time while you are filling in the feedback form. Thank you.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
I'm Savita this side. I want to know if 5 or 6 students are applying, can we fill the sheet, Excel sheet? Or
Ma'am,
minimum 25 is the requirement?
uh, yeah, minimum 25 is the ideal situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not less than that.
I'll have to check back with my team, ma'am, if 5 or 6 are possible, but 25 is the required minimum number that we are looking for.
Okay, ma'am. Thanks.
Yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am.